Share your comments on the channel. WhatsApp your feedback, name and town to 081 200 6659. One Africa TV. It just gets better.
Today on One Always There.
Today on One, your daily dose of local affairs and social media commentary.
Today on One, certificate holders will not be evicted, says City Mayor. Protesters heal from 5-day-long protests. And closure of land border posts frustrates travellers.
The city of Windhoek, in collaboration with stakeholders, continues to hand out land occupation certificates to informal settlement inhabitants. Some of the residents rejected the initiative, claiming that they remain vulnerable to evictions and that they prefer deed of sale documents as they have occupied the land for decades. The municipality of Windhoek handed over 730 land occupation certificates to Ochomwise residents. This is the fifth round and the recipients were pleased with the certificates as it signifies the beginning of the process of owning land. However, some community leaders are not satisfied and say that they prefer title deed documents.
Municipality da akala tetu lombo kuja kune mitinga oshihongi de atuyanga mefimbo sita wa popi. Mara shita hiya ponga pife oshikumi fikushe mo stelandamu mo silent hila oshikumi fikushe kuja votave temba pila na turombo la nareke mo meeting. Yo mbapilo dashike de la laka na mbapila yo dashike ya oshongashi tu tene ambala mwasho unene no khobashi.
That certificates, it doesn't have any deal with the title deeds. Title deeds is only the one that says that I'm the owner and we can get the ownership of these plots, but not that certificate. Certificate for what? We don't need that certificate. We need the title deeds.
In the law, as far as my knowledge is concerned, in the law I have learned and I have read that there is nothing like ownership certificates. There is only one thing, title deed, that the people should have and should be given and should sign off with the lands, Ministry of Lands. So it means this is I don't want to put it that way, but it's something political, because the elections is around the corner. You know, they brainwash people, make people to feel that they are the way they are staying, this is their own, but they don't even have that square meters where they are residing.
The mayor said that the certificate program is the city's way of acknowledging the existence of a structure and will grant immunity from evictions.
The flexible land tenure has various types of kind of title deeds. We have the starters, where we acknowledge and we give you the title of a starter. And then we'll have the one of where we upgrade. That is when now you will be there forever. Yeah? But even the starter, you will be there forever, but you have to meet some requirements. And this will also depend at your pocket for you now to build fully. So this is the beginning of a person to get the title deeds or ownership of house. As we are saying, land tenure, it is true. And it is an approved activity by development and upgrading policy. And I have to inform you that almost all what is said in Flexible Land Tenure Act, it is complementing or the same as we have in the development and upgrading policy.
So they can be evicted. It doesn't save them from eviction.
No. There will be no way for a person who receives whatever type of certificate from municipality to be evicted. There will be no way.
With elections around the corner, the government targets to deliver 20,000 certificates by the end of 2020 in the central region alone, and so far only 1,300 have been handed out. The governor of Khomas said that the region is faced with a high influx of people.
Probably it's a mistake that all of us as a country must accept, or as a region we accept that a mistake has been done for us to allow the informal settlement to grow to this extent. And now it seems as if it is very difficult to address it. It is definitely very difficult to address it, because when people come into the city, they do not report themselves to the city or to the authority to say, I'm here and I'm looking for land, can I get a piece of land where I can settle? So that these people could then be directed. But they come in and they have their own choice and they say, this is where I want to stay. And what makes it even more difficult is that once you have come and settled here, you are then demanding services. But then we have problems of giving you service at an unserviced area. That's where the problems comes into play.
The mayor also said that land developers will not be happy with this initiative, not only because they are not benefiting from it, but also because it takes clients away. Reporting for Today on One, I'm Joseph Shifeni.
Win free airtime with hashtag #LearnOn1. Share your comments on the lessons. SMS your feedback, name and town to 555. Hashtag #LearnOn1. Invite learning in.
The Namibian government is known for its slow pace when it comes to social issues, but in the case of the protest against SGBV, the Prime Minister released a cabinet resolution with unexpected swiftness. The protesters again gathered at the Brewers Market to heal from the traumatic ordeal they faced on their quest for justice.
We're trying to find healing, we're trying to find strength, and we're trying to tap into the power, the advocacy power of performing arts, spoken word, poetry, the music, and we're really trying to find that power to help us keep going on. But I also think it's an opportunity for us to, just bond and just network. We've been protesting for a while. Some people we've seen, they've, stood by us. They've shielded us during, the police brutality incidents. So we want to be able to network and just build stronger bonds amongst ourselves.
Despite the government's swift actions, the protesters are concerned that the measures outlined by the government do not have timelines or due dates.
We also realize that, the measures that the government has decided on don't have timelines, they don't have deadlines, they don't have officers which are accountable for these measures. So the next step is to now sort of calm down with the protests and use this opportunity to formally engage government on how to further strengthen the measures that they have, and possibly look at also, effecting the other measures which are in our demands but which have not been currently put in place. But as for the protests that are already planned to happen in other towns that are not Windhoek, we are going ahead with them. I think it makes it easy because I think all of them have had notice. So we're going to go ahead with those ones. We're going to keep posting on Twitter, on Facebook, on WhatsApp. We're going to keep the conversation going in terms of building an intolerance of SGBV in the country. But most importantly, I think what is most important at this point is we are demanding, that the police apologizes for the way they reacted on Saturday.
Other protesters at the healing gathering believe that government's resolutions are just to appease them to stop protesting.
I'm not content. First of all, I think it's incomplete and it's inconsistent, and I think these resolutions were just drafted so that to appease us, but there is no deadline. They did not say when they are going to put these legislatives in motion. They did not give us any indication of the way forward. They just just drafted papers and put them there. So we want action. We demand, we want to see. I feel that what was drafted, is very promising, especially when it comes to the rape charges and everything. But we want them implemented, and we want them implemented as soon as possible, not just a written paper that is just there. And I feel that that is what they want to do to us, and that is why I will be happy, or we will be happy, when we see, what is on paper be practiced.
Coincidentally, the members of the Namibian police force were seen conducting an operation in the same street where the protesters gathered.
I'm in a meeting.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Okay, let's get right into it. Can we talk about the Q2 fiscal report? Ricardo, what do you have for us?
Thanks, Pewa. Well, it's clear we're feeling the economic headwinds. Profits have leveled and we're...
First place!
Sorry, guys, it's my dad.
Did you hear? I'm in first place. And I just broke the lap record.
Dad, I'm a bit busy here.
Oh.
Okay, where?
Oh, sorry.
2020 just got crazier in a good way. You can now enjoy fast, reliable, and uncapped internet at 25 megabits per second with SpeedLink Lite Plus at crazy prices starting from as little as 898 Namibian dollars.
Telecom Namibia.
Sharing the world.
With the non-entry and departure at Namibia land border post the past few months, the tourism industry has seen a decrease in revenue and causing confusion to those that arrive at the borders from South Africa to Namibia with the lack of quarantine facilities at the borders upon arrival. While the tourism industry is hanging on a thread, some visitors and cross-border drivers are stranded at borders claiming unfair treatment and irregularities. Today on One spoke to Hilmer Bekers, a cross-border operator, who described the situation at the Aramsvlei border post.
We arrived on Friday evening at Aramsvlei border. I asked these people 100 questions about we as cross-border drivers that transporting people. Are you all going to quarantine us if we came back? What is the rules here? What are the protocols that you are going to follow? They say no. Drivers that is doing cross-border must just have that COVID results that said it's negative because it's a 14 days valid. So there will be no quarantine for drivers. Based on that, me and my co-driver crossed the border. They say, unfortunately, your passengers plus you as the drivers. No, first they say only the passengers must be quarantined. Okay, then they start with the paperwork, and suddenly they came out and said that the drivers must also be quarantined because our cross borders is not essential. She decided that we are not going to move anywhere. They took our passengers to Rospina, load them in the back of a bakkie where there is no mattress, nothing. When I asked them, can't you just provide something for the people to sit on? They say it's not their problem. The people must see how they gonna sit. Me and my co-driver are stuck at Aramsvlei because that lady said we refuse her. We don't want to do what she tells us to do, so she will show us that we won't go from here.
Meanwhile, the Gondwana Collection Namibia held a peaceful demonstration in the capital under the hashtag SOS Tourism to serve as a reminder that tourism is an important aspect to the Namibian economy.
Due to the COVID pandemic and the effect it's had on the world tourism and health and the border closures, this has heavily impacted the tourism sector, and we are now struggling to revive and to preserve that sector. Tourism in Namibia is heavily dependent on foreign travellers, both from the SADC regions as well as abroad. Thankfully, our fellow Namibians have been extremely supportive of us, and we are so thankful for that. But it unfortunately does not subsidize our financial needs to support our our projects, our employees, and our joint ventures.
As peaceful as the Namibian tourism industry, we just peacefully want to remind Namibians and the world of the importance of tourism in Namibia.
In order to ease travel into and from Namibia, following concerns raised by travelers, the Ministry of Home Affairs, Immigration and Safety and Security today announced the opening of the Katima Mulilo, Armsvlei and Noordoever border posts, as well as the Walvis Bay Harbour, with immediate effect.
Zap the germs that make kids ill with Zinfarm Junior Booster Syrup, the special new cream soda flavored immune booster for infants and children that's not only sugar-free, but packed with vitamin C. Zinfarm Junior Booster Syrup also has double-strength doses of zinc and selenium that's important for healthy cells and good metabolism, and reduces and prevents cases of diarrhea caused by taking antibiotics. An immune booster that can do all that at a price you can afford.
Just what we need.
Zinfarm Junior Booster Syrup, now available at all leading pharmacies countrywide. A proud FabuFarm product.
In other leading stories, Facebook, in partnership with the Namibian Blood Transfusion Service, NAM-BTS, and the Ministry of Health and Social Services, have launched a new feature to encourage people to donate blood. Starting today, Namibians who are between 18 and 65 years old will have the option to sign up as blood donors on Facebook, be notified when blood donor centers near them have an urgent need for donations, and invite friends to donate. The feature also launched in Chad, Guinea and Mali today, making it available in 12 countries across Africa. It is already available in the following countries across the region: Senegal, Burkina Faso, Egypt, Cote d'Ivoire, Kenya, Niger, Zimbabwe and South Africa. Since launching in 2017, more than 70 million people have signed up to be blood donors on Facebook through partnerships with blood donation centers around the world. This initiative comes at a crucial time due to the impact of the pandemic, resulting in countries starting to see a significant drop in blood donations as people stay home to prevent the spread of COVID-19, despite the World Health Organization saying it is still safe to donate blood. Currently, only 1% of the Namibian population donate blood. And as part of the effort to expand HIV services in Namibia, the U.S. Embassy in Namibia has provided 2 Toyota Hiluxes and 2 Toyota Land Cruisers to NGO partner Development Aid from People to People, DUP Namibia. DUP Namibia, a local NGO that partners with the U.S. Embassy's PEPFAR program and the Ministry of Health and Social Services to fight HIV, is expanding its work into 6 additional regions like Kunene, Irongo, Hartab, Karas, Omaheke and Otjadon-Jupa. The 4 new vehicles will allow DUP to provide HIV testing services to new regions as well as other HIV care. DUP helps people living with HIV to stay on their medications through a range of support mechanisms such as community adherence groups. It also supports new mothers with HIV, offering them assistance with raising healthy children while managing HIV. Since 2005, the US government has invested nearly $1.6 billion in HIV programming in Namibia.
Welcome to Comments Corner, your daily dose of local comments from the hottest social media pages. The Moon police station commander at Wolfish Bay refused to accept a petition from protesters that staged a march over the weekend against the brutal killings of women and children in the country. The police claimed that they were not made aware of the march and that they had a scheduled political event to attend to at the time. Mepsela said that the protesters should follow procedures and reminded them that the culprits are in the communities and not at the police station. Aitange said this is the reason why violent protests are effective. Kaingeli said the police would rather go to a rally than receive a petition to end violence. Charlotte said that the police officer could simply have received the petition. Poroto said the lawmakers are the ones who do not understand the law of the land. Cornelius said, until when should the protesters reorganize? While Rosa said whether the protesters followed procedures or not, the officer was supposed to receive the petition and respond at a later stage. And that is all from Comments Corner. Be sure to post your comments on our social media pages for broadcast every day only on to DN1.
Win free airtime with One Africa TV. Share your comments on the channel. WhatsApp your feedback, name and town to 081 200 6659. One Africa TV. It just gets better.
Degrade women, for me, number one, I am not there, because that is basically what I don't believe in. I don't stand for things that degrade women.
What do you think we can add? What can we put in the basket? First of all, let's put Blossom back in the basket.
Look at the person like, man, let's do a song.
Let's do something.
Just
let's
like
collaborate.
Let's collaborate.
Just Africans were claiming us.
Yes, exactly. To the rest of the world, they belong to us. Namibia, Baba, Namibia.
I'll help you carry on.
Creating music and putting some stuff out for the people who've been supporting me, that's definitely something that's next on my list.
A look at the weather forecast. First, an advisory from the Windhoek Met Office. Heatwave conditions will continue in the far north in the Clarence region, where time temperatures will be in excess of 40 degrees Celsius. Please do take the necessary precautions. The Namibia interior is sunny and hot in the east and southeast. Elsewhere, partly cloudy and hot to very hot with a few showers in the far north, but a few thunder showers in the northwest and west. The coast, partly cloudy and cool to warm with fog patches over the central coast. A few showers are possible over the northern coast. The wind moderate to fresh westerly.
I'm feeling so bad because of I have been arrested. We are trying to sell to provide our kids with food, but the police, they come to arrest us.
I was literally apprehended in Independence Avenue. I mean, there was no prior communications with the police or with Bonn or Bang in Namibia. These guys literally just apprehended us on surprise.
And when you are talking in a manner that is exaggerated about brutality in this country, I should ask you in which country you live. Yes, I can confirm that indeed there were 2 cell phones that were found after a search was conducted at the cells that the Fish Road accused us staying.
Do you understand the amount of money that the government has spent on the fight against COVID-19? Could they have spent 300 million on tracing people and managing people? Is that even possible?
Ballin'. I'm ballin' on grace, yeah. Ballin' on grace, yeah. Ballin' on grace, yeah. And his blessings never make sense. Look at how he lives here. That's what they've been saying since. Don't know what to tell them, man. There's only one name, man. So all I say is amen. Ballin', they wanna know the rest of it. I couldn't make a way for me. I felt up being a mastermind. Couldn't make the best 10. Everything I tried then never got a placement. All I ever needed then was given me, and you can bet I never wanna lose again. I'm treated like a king. I get everything, no panicking. For that job I'm getting, they standing firm like a mannequin. Whoa. They doubted me 1,000 times till I got an increase. Better understand how I'll make it, please. Grace King, frankly speaking, but to be frank, I'd have to change my name. This is how I'm holding up. There ain't nothing dope as that my whole life gonna pop. Yeah, homie, that's the part. I'm going to the hillside to tell them how I made it here. I'm bowling on grace, yeah. This is how I'm holding up. There ain't nothing dope as that my whole life gonna pop. Yeah, homie, that's the part. I'm going to the hillside to tell them how I made it here. I'm bowling on grace, yeah. In the midst of darkness, I still get the good things. It's working for my good, yeah. I see another good year. Make it to the future. I'm gonna make the most of it. I hope the feeling mutual. Ballin', I never need to worry then. Always had the upper hand. They never gonna understand the food inside the plastic bag. Money in my bank account, filling up my mama's. Well, get my wife a mean shoe, pay up all the groceries, exactly what that grace do. Whoa, I don't got the time to doubt, cause I know I'm covered up. My life has gotten better since the last time you called me up. Ain't no need to be discouraged, it always seems impossible, but look at how I manage. Whoa, I'm healthy and I stay fit. I got all the basics, I can try to explain it. This is how I'm holding up. There ain't none dope as that my whole life gonna pop. Yeah, homie, that's the part. I'm going to the hillside to tell them how I made it here. I'm holding on grace, yeah. This is how I'm holding up. There ain't nothing dope as that my whole life on the park. Yeah, homie, that's the part. I'm going to the hillside to tell them how I made it here. I'm holding on grace, yeah.
BBC World News, the biggest African and international news stories. Focus